Hi, it's Michael Gilmour here once again, and I'm so glad to be here with another one of the videos from ParkLogic. Can I just say once again, thank you very much for all the likes and all of the positive comments and so forth. I've had people call me up and contact me regarding these videos, so I'm glad you're finding them really useful and helpful for your domain business. Well, that's my objective. Our objectives here at ParkLogic is to see you successful in your business. And that means contributing to the community, of working with the community, of going and just seeing what we can do to help each and every one of you. And look, if you end up doing business with us, all the better. I'm happy. Hopefully you're happy as well. Anyway, this particular topic I'd like to discuss right now is to do with benchmarking. Benchmarking is one of those strange subjects which is actually quite difficult to implement, to accurately benchmark a portfolio. What I've seen happen in the past is that many domain owners, what they do is they take their domain portfolio. In fact, we had someone do this just recently. They pointed it, say, to a domain sponsor, leave it there for a week. They then point somewhere else, to a CEDO, to an internet traffic, to a parking crew, or whoever it is. They go along, move it for a week at a time. They say, okay, I've got my data. And they say, I have now benchmarked each of those companies so I can work out where I should put my domain portfolio. There's a couple of things I'd like to challenge you in your thinking around that model. The first one is this. The first one is looking at your domain portfolio as a portfolio. If you think that every one of your domains should then be moved to a different provider, and then when you've decided you can then move all your domains to that provider, that's really the wrong way to go. Because what we've discovered over the years is, number one, is that individual domains perform better individually at different places. That's the first thing, is they perform also better individually at different places at different points in time. So that means, you think about this for a second, just what I've said there, you need to be able to dynamically move all your domains from one place to another across time according to a set of business rules. Now, it brings up the issue of business rules and so forth like that, such as we need to be able to compare each one of those places. So if you're taking one snapshot of 1 week, and then another week, and another week, and another week, what you'll also find is different domains may at times perform differently depending upon the week. And it could be a large variety of reasons for that. It could be that as you've gone through testing processes, is that one of the places you're testing a particular domain, that domain popped up doing really, really well. Why did it pop up doing really well? Is because it happened to be a celebration of a particular event that that domain related to, got a whole lot of traffic to it, and therefore it spiked up. The other thing I meant to mention about treating your domain portfolio overall is, let's imagine you have a portfolio doing $100 a day. Then you move it somewhere else and it does $120 a day. And you think, woohoo, we're in the money. That's obviously a far better place. Most people think like this, by the way. But then you go along and begin to drill down into it. You discover that one domain did the $20 of value. Why? Because it seasonally, it just decided to go along and pop up. That's where you got your problem, is that you're making a decision at a macro level of, say, $120 is better, move everything over there. In reality, it was just one domain which did it for you. And at that point in time, so week 2 comes around, that domain drops down, your whole portfolio will drop down. Or it may even drop down to $100 a day, the same as the other guy, the first time. And you say, oh, well, at least it's doing better as good as the other guy. And that's not the case. The reason why is because the other guy may have had a domain which popped up, and so forth. And so it's a constant moving target. So the thing I in some ways get frustrated about is people doing this sort of thing. Now, I can only tell you what we do. You put your domains with us, we can benchmark them. And we do this on an ongoing basis, and we do it for companies all the time, large domain portfolio owners, is we're able to compare accurately at any point in time each of the particular monetization sources, whether they're affiliates, ultimately Google, Yahoo, direct advertising. We can benchmark them. And we spend a huge amount of time doing this. And so when you get a results coming back, you know they're being benchmarked. You know that they're accurate. You know that they're there for you. So let's imagine you come along and say, Michael, I've got this fantastic deal. So-and-so has been provided a fantastic deal. Say it to us, allow us to move the traffic across to there, and we can benchmark them. And we can compare it against normalized metrics. So you're not trying to guess whether is this fantastic deal, is it actually fantastic or not? We'll be able to tell you. So then you go along, we move it to this fantastic deal, we move the traffic across into your account over there. Then you say, oh, because someone else has given me another fantastic deal. Okay, great. Well, let's move a portion of the traffic across there and let's just test it out. Let's test a couple of things. Number one, is it really a fantastic deal? Number two, are they actually doing what they said they would do? And number three, is it sustainable? Those three things are so important. So what we're finding is more and more people are beginning to move on to our platform. Why? Because what they're interested in is doing benchmarking. They want to benchmark their traffic. They want to make sure that there's normalized, a central location for getting all their data, that they know it's been looked after, they've got all the tools and management services and so forth like that in the platform. But not only that, is they can benchmark their traffic and they can find out whether what they're doing is the wisest thing for them. And what we find is people come in and they're very skeptical, and then they begin to get to know us, and we set up a whole program for them and so forth like that to help them manage their domains, to get the most out of the traffic. Now, this may sound like a sales spiel, but let me tell you, yeah, it is a sales spiel, but not more than that. It's good practices. It's good practices for managing your valuable assets. If you're not doing this sort of thing and you're moving them all around for the next guy who's going to give you the good, latest, greatest deal, and you're losing money. You really are. So, anyway, pardon me for that. Can I just say that benchmarking is becoming absolutely critical. We've also seen cases where some organizations are using the domain revenue side as a loss leader to get the domains on their platform, and they sting you on the sales side. There's all sorts of things, really strange games going on. And we try to keep everything honest and open and transparent. We don't muck around with silly deals like we'll pay you 110% of revenue, because it's not sustainable. I never want to deal with a company that pays me 110%. You may say, why is that? Why? Because the cost of the relationship, being, you know that eventually if they did that for everyone, they'd go to business. So why on earth would I do that? Yeah, so that's a few things about benchmarking. I believe in it. I know there's many people do believe it. It's very, very important. So what does ParkLogic do? Number one, we provide good quality normalized metrics. Number two, we can work with you to move your traffic across to different deals you may have, to different providers. We can do that sort of thing for you. We can work with you alongside to make sure the deal is really as good as you think it is. You don't have to move it at all or move it away from us or anything like that, because we provide those normalized metrics for you. And it's very, very accurate, and you get all the management processes as well. So anyway, there's a few good things there. I hope I've given you something to think about. And keep the likes coming in, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Anyway, good talking to you. See you later then. Bye.